whether Mr. Prashant Kishor is joining the Congress party or not, because he says that this meeting, by the way, he hasn't spoken, this meeting never happened. We've learned from sources, it never happened over Punjab or Uttar Pradesh. It is about something bigger. What is that something bigger? I have with me senior leader of the Congress party, Mr. Salman Khurshid. Mr. Khurshid, assuming that Prashant Kishor joins your party, can it help your party?
See, whatever he has in mind and whatever the party will have in mind for him is a matter that's still very much premature to comment on. We have our work cut out in Uttar Pradesh, where we know what we need to do, and we are putting our heads down to work on that. At present, we are not going to get distracted by any possibilities, any meetings or any speculation that I have heard as well. We will remain concentrated on what we need to do in the battleground of Uttar Pradesh.
All right. What is your personal opinion about Prashant Kishor? I know you want to channelize your energy towards Uttar Pradesh, but what's your personal opinion about PK?
See, we are talking about two different things. We are talking about his professional competence, for which there is a fair amount of evidence of how well it's dealt with different political parties in different states. But the speculation that you were talking about is about his joining the party, his becoming a member of the Congress party. Now, you know, the moment you change your hats, you get into a very different position. You don't shed all your talent, you don't shed all your knowledge and expertise, but you work in different circumstances. So it really is, if and when anything happens, it's for him to work out how he will move to what he probably calls the next chapter in his life. If he has any plans, if he has any ideas in which any one of us could be of any help, of course we would if he becomes a party colleague. But once again, it's too early, too premature to be saying anything, anything firm and confirmed about this.
You know, I get a sense from what you're saying that you seem to be suggesting and adding to that old saying that it's okay if someone is a good coach, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that person will become a good player, and vice versa.
Sure, I think that's inevitable in every walk of life. That's inevitable. I mean, please just go over what's happened in public life and politics with the likes of Session, how they've functioned when they are head of the election commission, and how it's worked out for them when they've stepped out and come into the political arena and become politicians. Look at a variety of civil servants who worked very effectively with government and in government, and then they've stepped out and become politicians. Some have succeeded, some have not succeeded. So it really is very difficult to find a straitjacket in which everybody can put themselves, particularly if that straitjacket is about what it takes to be a politician in our country.
Mr. Khurshid, I hope you're not discouraging Prashant Kishor from joining your party, are you?
Certainly, I am not. I wouldn't want to lead anyone up the garden path. We all know the reality of politics in our country. We've suffered. Some of us have suffered enormously because of the ground reality of politics. But I'm not complaining. We came into politics with our eyes open, and we realized that there could be many sacrifices to be made, and we are willing to do that. Some people along with us were not willing to make sacrifices, and they therefore stepped out, either left politics or went into greener pastures. But that's not what some of us did, and we won't. We will stay put here. Therefore, to speak of the reality of our own experience on an occasion like this, when you ask questions about somebody who might step in and start a new life, one's going to be truthful. You can't paint a romantic picture of life being beautiful inside a political party, particularly if you're out of power.
Mr. Khurshid, is it not a romantic proposition for you to be in the Congress party? Because I ask you this question because
I said about
because
politics,
the way you're
it's
speaking.
not about the Congress party. If it wasn't romantic enough, why would I be here? Why would I even spend this time talking to you? For me, the romance continues, and that romance will continue. But I can't impose my passion and romance on other people, and nor can I promise everybody that you would feel the same sense of romantic attachment if you entered politics. I can only speak for myself, and if I speak for myself, I would say, please join. It's more the merrier. Nice to have more people that you can spend time with, talk to, that you could seek whose experience in whatever we are doing in our everyday political life.
Okay, my final question, Mr. Khurshid, you were in Farrukhabad a few days ago, and this population control draft bill came into existence. You've also seen this affidavit in the Supreme Court of the centre and the position of the state government. But you made a very interesting comment on all politicians declaring how many children they have. Now, interestingly, there is a piece in scroll.in which says that more than half of BJP's MLAs in UP have more than 2 children.
You want me to comment on something where they would comment back and saying that I have 3. Well, I have twins and I have a boy. So I'm sorry somebody's divine intervention that made 2 into 3. But be that as it may, there are many people who have more than 2 children. But as I understand, the sensible thing, of course, the government would do is to make it prospective for the future and not inflict any adverse consequences on people who've had children in the past or up to now. So, but we don't know. This is all speculation. We don't know what they'll finally do.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Khurshid, for joining us.